members of the Progressive Squad slept outside the Capitol on Friday night, protesting the end of the pandemic eviction moratorium. And Griff Jenkins is live on Capitol Hill now with more. Hey, Griff.
Hey, Alicia, the fight continues since Friday night. Activists and protesters have been camped out here on the steps of the Capitol. This is the House here, and they are fighting to extend the eviction moratorium that ran out at midnight. As you can see from the signs, eviction is violence. The other one, how can Congress go home while people are losing their homes? This was organized by Congresswoman Cori Bush, St. Louis's Congresswoman. Tell me, Congresswoman, why are you doing this? What do you hope to accomplish?
I'm doing this because right now what we're facing is an eviction emergency that touches all across our country. And I can't for the life of me understand why we are saying it's okay to force people out of their homes because as legislators or because our the powers that be didn't make it happen for anywhere from 7 to 11 million people. This is unconscionable. It's inhumane. And so what I have in my toolbox is to organize. That's what I know to do. And because this didn't happen on Friday, we just decided, you know what? Let's make sure that Congress knows, that the administration, that people know, and that the people who are already receiving pay or vacate notices know that people are standing up for them, and that's us. And so we have the community out here, we have organizations out here, we have Congress members that are all saying we need this moratorium now.
And Congresswoman, you want Congress to come back to vote. Why?
Yeah, but well, there are multiple ways that it can happen. That's one of the ways. If Congress comes back, because how do we go on vacation? How can we go on vacation when we know people are about to be evicted from their homes? What kind of vacation is that? We don't need to recess for that. We need to come back and do the work for the people. And so I'm asking for my colleagues to come back. Let the leadership know that you will vote yes. You will vote yes to extend the moratorium through December 31st, which is the bill that's on the table right now from Chairwoman Maxine Waters. Let's get that done. We can come back and do this, and then you can go back on your vacation. Also, the other thing that we can do is, the Senate is still in session. We are not. The Senate is still in session, but not only that, the president, the CDC, can they work on trying to get this thing done? Somebody has to move.
Now, let me ask you quickly, because the administration, President Biden, says that they cannot extend the moratorium because of a Supreme Court ruling last month that said CDC overstepped their authority in doing so. So they say they can't do it.
Right. Yeah, they said that they can't do it. But this is the thing. Right now, as of midnight last night, now millions upon millions of people are about to be forced out of their homes. And what we've been told is that the notices started going out days ago. So some people right now today, they were waiting last night to see if they were going to actually have to move out. And now they thought that the government would step in and say, no, now those people are looking for trash bags to find stuff to put their clothes in so they can move. Now people are trying to figure out, where am I supposed to go? That's happening right now. And so whatever we have to do, even if we have to fight it out in the courts, we got to do something to make sure that that people are able to stay in their homes. And right now, I'm calling on my colleagues to show up right here, right now with me, to stand for the people, and then also make the vote. Let's get back and do the vote. And let me lastly say this. The Rules Committee, the House Rules Committee, the chairman, Jim McGovern, has already said that the Rules Committee is ready to come back and convene to get this work done if we get 218 votes.
Thank you, Congresswoman. We'll be watching it, and she says they're not going anywhere until there is some movement on this. Meanwhile, we should point out, Alicia, across the country in San Francisco, protesters as well outside Speaker Pelosi's house saying that they want her to come back to Washington to do exactly what Congresswoman Bush says, which is to vote on the moratorium eviction that is now expired. Alicia?
Griff Jenkins at the Capitol. Thank you, Griff.